As somebody who raises livestock in the Midwest, we see all sorts of temperatures, anywhere from 40 degrees below zero Fahrenheit all the way up to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that huge range in temperatures kind of gets us prepared for any situation. And today I wanted to experiment on how to keep water troughs open when you do not have access to electricity or running water. Obviously, if you have electricity or running water, you can put in an electric water heater. You can run plug-in water heaters. There's a lot of resources available for people who have access to running water and electricity. But I wanted to test out how you can keep a water trough open without electricity or running water. Occasionally in the wintertime, we will have to keep some of our goats at a remote location that does not have access to water or electricity. So I thought this would be a great way to experiment and how to handle the freezing cold conditions we are going to be experiencing this weekend. Thanks to the internet, I saw a TikTok video that if you put 2 balls or 2 floating objects in your water trough, it'll keep it from freezing because the balls will move around in the wind, and then when your animals are drinking, they're causing a little agitation and your water troughs are less likely to freeze shut. So that is going to be experiment number 1. I'm going to be seeing if putting 2 floating objects in my water trough will keep it from freezing solid overnight. All right, so tank number 1 is filled. Now I just need to add the balls to it, and hopefully them staying afloat and being moved around by the goats will keep this water trough open. To have a little control group, I'm going to run and grab a second tank and fill it up as well to see if there's any difference between one that has the floating balls in it and one that does not. Fingers crossed my livestock guardian dog does not grab these balls and run away with them. They are all investigating the soccer balls. All right, I have both tanks behind me. I have my experiment with the floating objects, aka my soccer and football. And then I have the control, which is just a plain old water trough. Both of them get equal amount of light, same location. So we'll see, do floating objects make a difference in keeping a water trough open? The Weather Channel says it's going to be 9 degrees tonight, so definitely some ice making weather. So I'll check in with you tomorrow to see what happens. It is a crisp winter morning, but there's a little bit of sun. Let's go see how the water tanks held up last night. I can already see a problem, and that is that my livestock guardian dog has removed the floating objects, aka the soccer and football, and kind of ruined my experiment. Let's go look. Hi, dog. All right, so the experiment was not a complete fail because it appears that the soccer ball and football did remain in the tub for some time because there is still an opening in the water, whereas my control, where there was no floating objects, is completely frozen solid. Let me show you. So this one did not have any balls. It is completely solid, no gaps. This one had the balls and it is still open down here. There's still a little bit of opening. Hi, yes, you ruined my experiment. Huh? Did you play with a little soccer ball last night? Did you remove this? One of the best aspects of raising goats is owning livestock guardian dogs, but ew, he kind of smells like skunk. But obviously it kind of hinders some of the options we have when it comes to keeping water troughs from freezing. The other options that I was going to experiment with for this YouTube video were going to be a milk jug filled with salt water. I've seen that a lot online. But I do think even though this experiment wasn't 100% foolproof, I think we can kind of conclude that having floating objects obviously kept the water more open than having nothing in the water tank. And I think for producers who do not have livestock guardian dogs, this would be probably a more feasible option if you don't have a little cutie stealing your floating objects and playing with them. Winter is just getting started, so I do want to make a follow-up video with a few other methods that I might find online. So if you know any other way to keep water troughs open without electricity and without running water, so located in a remote place, please comment them down below. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. There will be a lot more videos coming soon. Bye.